Let me offer some love for our next guest. I'm so happy he's joining us for the first time here on Donno Daily. And it was about damn time we had Alex Baumgartner on because the Florida Panthers are making moves and making waves. And I love the South Florida base setup, and you got the Swiss jersey back there. Alex, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Donno.
Dude, it's my pleasure. So let's dive head first into this Sam Reinhart deal because I love it and I love the value for it. Just how big can he be for the Panthers over the next 3 seasons?
Sam Reinhart's been one of the most underlooked players for me in the NHL since he's entered the league. If you look at his statistics, 5 of his full 6 seasons in the NHL, he hit at least 20 goals. The one season he didn't, it was 17, and that was all while playing in Buffalo.
Right.
So he was a top pick in that same draft where there was Aaron Ekblad, Sam Bennett, and Leon Draisaitl. So now the Panthers have 3 of the top 4 picks from that 2014 NHL draft, which is quite remarkable, and they're all in their mid-20s.
Jeez. I mean, what can you say so far since free agency opened up about the job Bill Zito is doing? Because, and you tell me if I was exaggerating. I talked about Dale Talon earlier, living off of that reputation, and how, in my words, Bill Zito has done more in 1 year than Dale Talon did in a decade. That might be a slight exaggeration, Alex. But what
I don't think that's an exaggeration
really?
At all. So there's a couple good things the Dale Talon regime did in Florida. I think the Aaron Ekblad contract was the best thing they did because if you look at the free agent market now for defensemen that aren't as good as Aaron Ekblad, they're making upwards of 9.2 to 9.5 million on these contracts. We just saw 3 to 4 really questionable ones in the last week. But yeah, the Dale Talon regime, what they did good on is they took the right players in some of the drafts where they were picking really early. But then again, 3rd overall pick, 2nd overall pick, 1st overall pick, it's kind of hard to swing and miss on those. That's where you have our franchise players in Ekblad, Huberdeau, and Barkov. After that, there wasn't a lot of good things going on. Some of the contracts that were offered, whether it was Dale Talon or Tom Rowe, who was there for a year, which is when the Yandel contract was given out. Bill Zito had his work cut out for him the second he stepped foot in Sunrise. And the fact that not only has he brought in a contending team, in my opinion, he got rid of the liabilities, and there was a lot of them when he stepped foot in the front office.
Now, a notable piece the Panthers have lost to the Seattle Kraken is Chris Driedger. So, I mean, and obviously there's a lot of Bobrovsky frustration over the last couple of seasons. I mean, how much is Driedger going to be missed, in your opinion?
Driedger is going to be missed because he kind of really helped that 1A, 1B tandem the Panthers were rocking with for the entirety of last season up until Spencer Knight came. I don't think it's going to be as big as we expect it to be. I'm hoping Bobrovsky has a bounce-back season, and it's been a rough patch for him the last 2 years he's been here, coming off of 2 Vezinas, an amazing playoff run where he swept the Tampa Bay Lightning before they went on their back-to-back championship run. He has 2 Vezina trophies. That's one of the best goalies in the world when he was on form. It just hasn't clicked for him in Florida. He's had his spurts where you could see he can make the big save. And I think comparing him to Driedger was more solid. I think Bobrovsky had better moments. But yeah, Driedger will be missed. But the emergence of Spencer Knight, for the future at least, will help. Then again, Spencer Knight's only 20 years old. He turned 20 in April. So that's a kid younger than me. I couldn't play 40 games in the NHL. Obviously, I'm not half as gifted as Spencer Knight, but that's a lot of weight on your shoulders, especially when Florida clearly has one of the best teams in the NHL now.
How do you describe your feelings, coming off of the first round playoff exit, considering the Panthers went down to the eventual Stanley Cup champs? Did that soften the blow for you? And, what's your expectation as far as how far they need to go? Because I think they need to win a playoff series for the first time since 1996. Like, it's got to happen this coming year.
Well,
so what's your expectation for that?
I think the Panthers have the longest consecutive streak of not winning a playoff series, and that dates back to 96 when they went to the Cup Finals. Looking at it, yeah, you probably played the best series against the eventual back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Looking at all the series Tampa played, the only other one that can probably compare to the Florida series was the Islanders one. I personally think the Panthers were a little bit of a better matchup, and that's with using 3 different goalies and not having Aaron Ekblad. So,
Right.
yeah, it could kind of soften the blow a little bit. Unfortunately, losing to Tampa in any aspect isn't going to make me feel any better. So, yeah, looking forward to next season, though, I think the Panthers added a lot more or retained a lot more than what Tampa was able to do. Obviously, we know the whole salary cap situation with them. They lost their entire bottom line. They lost 3 to 4 players in their bottom to middle 6 in
Wow.
Barclay Goodrow, Yanni Gord, Tyler Johnson, and I'm blanking on his name. But yeah, they lost a lot of people. They were able to bring in a couple, but Florida, looking at the entire NHL, Bill Zito did an amazing job of not only bringing back players that he acquired last season, because he laid down the groundwork in his first season, bringing guys like Verhaeghe, Duclair, getting Bennett at the deadline, picking up Brandon Montour, and then he gave them really team-friendly deals that opens the window up for not just next season, but 2-3 years down the road. Because if you look at all the contracts that he signed, including this Sam Reinhart one that just got finalized a few days ago,
Yeah.
there's 3 to 4 year deals on everybody. That means the players in Florida are buying in to what Zito and Quenneville and everyone's building. We can really make some noise, and we're all in the same age group, and we're all hitting our primes now. We could first win a playoff series, but then eventually probably contend for a Stanley Cup.
That's a great shout and great material here all around. Make sure you follow this man on Twitter. Those watching can see the handle. For those listening only, it's A Baumgartner 91. Alex, thank you so much for the time. And by the way, if you have anything you want to plug for your work on 5 Reasons, the next time we can see you, hear you, read you, let us know.
Yeah, just head over to Fifth Line 5R. That's where we do all of our Panthers work for the 5 Reasons Sports Network. During the season, we have game updates, roster transactions, everything like that. Other than that, thanks for having me, guys.
It's our pleasure, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.